Custom OS can cause critical problems in phone installed application.
There's a new variant.
All right, ready?
Oh no, the new
What the fuck
variante.
is this?
Omicron. It sounds like.
Bro, I can't even turn it off. Look.
You know, we're at the brink of
What
war.
up?
Nobody even cares.
I know, huh?
I know.
Don't try to run, don't try to hide. You steal your car without thinking twice. Stop the party, hide your shit. Felipe is in the house tonight. Whoa!
When CBD isn't enough and traditional THC is too much, enjoy the smooth buzz of Diet Smoke. Legal in most states. Get this delicious Delta 8 THC shipped right into your door. Go to dietsmoke.com and use the promo code FOOL14 for up to 20% off your order. That's FOOL, FOOL. That's dietsmoke.com, promo code FOOL for 20% off. What's up, fool? We got Paul Rodriguez here, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
What's Diet Smoke?
Diet Smoke is like this edible that you eat it, and then like an hour later you feel better.
The gummy.
The gummy bear.
Oh yeah, but
But it's a mild high.
It's a mild high.
what's the diet part? I thought that marijuana makes you eat a lot. Right?
No, because you know like
They cut down on the dosage?
Like full smoke, it's like you get high, and then diet smoke is like less smoke.
Less high.
Yeah.
Non-diet smoke.
Well, all right then. You know, if they're sponsoring this, we're gonna run out and get some there.
What's up, fool? We got Paul Rodriguez in the house, ladies
Living
and gentlemen.
legend, dog.
Órale.
Yeah, well, you know, the word legend is overused. I'm just old. That's what I feel old. You know? But I'm still at it. Eh?
We got Paul Rodriguez right here, man, wearing boots, man.
Boots.
Looking sharp. Got that badass jacket.
Puro Sinaloa. You know. I got this. I actually got this. It was a smash and grab. I got a buddy of mine. You know, it's a bad crime. I'm not condoning it, but my cousin, he opened a Nordstrom's in his garage. Thank God. Got all kinds of stuff there. So you pick up deals, you know. Tiene que ahorrar dinero uno de vez en cuando.
For real, man. This guy did a smash and grab at Old Navy.
This from Payas Paredes, homie.
Smash and grab. You know, it's only smash and grab when blacks and Latinos do it. When whites do it, is a hostile takeover. You know, but es la misma cosa, no. Except they even do more damage. You know, hostile takeover, like they'll take over a company and fire your dad and your mom. You know,
Laying down the facts.
I've been here for years.
Not
Let
anymore.
me go.
yeah. Oh, we're gonna sell your pension plan. Vamos a poner a vender chicles, chicle salesmen. Tú sabes, I always feel bad. You know, you have these inditos when you go to Mexico. Quiere chicles, señor, quiere chicles. You always think like you're rich when you go over there. I'm talking about years ago, right? They sell chicles. I go, ¿cuánto quieren por toda la caja? Oh, no, señor, if I sell you the whole box, si le vendo toda la caja, no va a tener nada que vender. Así que nomás compre dos.
That's funny.
Man,
Humble, eh?
You try to buy the whole box, then the other kid show up. Buy mine too.
Yeah. After a while. No, sometimes I remember, I don't know if they make them anymore. They used to have tacos al pastor, tacos al vapor. You know, and I don't know. I remember, I don't know anybody that makes them anymore, but they were like steamed tacos, man. They were the stuff, man. I remember used to get 2 tacos for 50 cents, you know, and me and my carnal used to look forward to it. He used to shine shoes right there in el High Lie in Tijuana. And I used to get paid like a couple of pesos. As soon as we made enough, I start begging, you know, tacos al vapor. No, esos tacos son muy caros, cabrón. Tacos regulares. Podemos comprar 10. Los tacos al vapor muy caros.
Are tacos de vapor the same one, the tacos de canasta?
They're a little bit different.
I thi-
Canasta?
I think they're the same shit, dude. Because they
Really?
steam them and they cover them up, the tacos de canasta, and they're basically tacos al vapor,
That's
you
what
know,
they-
delivered.
That's what they call it, tacos al vapor. I didn't hear no canasta, man.
Canasta's like a new thing I've seen. Like,
you get close to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I was saying, tacos al
Same
vapor.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
the vape
No.
tacos.
But you know, Mexico's changed, man. I remember you could go to Tijuana and act like the big caca, you know, go in there. You had $10, you felt like you were rich, you know. You go down there and, but you know, it's changed. It's become too dangerous. I got all kinds of cousins over there on the slow side of the family, you know. Porque the ones that are fast are here. Pero tuvimos allá en Ensenada. I got uncles in Ensenada.
Me too.
Yeah.
I got Uncle de Ensenada, Rosarito, and I'm in Tijuana, La Mesa, and Colona
Dude,
13
and
in
you're
the
from
hood.
Sinaloa. Watch, I'm afraid to look at that family tree. Turns out we're going to be related.
Tío.
I was telling people that I was talking to somebody yesterday who doesn't know shit about our immigration to the United States. It started off with Sinaloa, bro.
Yeah.
They just took over Tijuana in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then later on, right now, man, it's your family, bro, from Guerrero and Oaxaca.
Well, what happened is that when my father crossed way back in the day, they used to have the Bracero program, and they all used to go to Guaymas. That's where they would hire all the men during the Second World War when all the American men were busy fighting. So they would use a lot of Mexican labor. They go to Guaymas, they take a train, and they go. That's how my father started going. But the trips keep getting longer. Like some men came to America, they didn't go back. They married a white girl. They never went back. So we were always afraid that was happening. My mom would say, no, tu papá es diferente. Tu papá no, dice, tu papá va
He's gonna
a
come
regresar.
back. He's gonna come get us.
No le gustan las güeras, dice. And we used to be nervous. I remember my brother got into a fight one time and they said, tu papá no va a regresar como el mío. No, o sea, tu papá era un güey. Y el mío no.
El mío
But,
regresa, güey.
yeah, I remember that. It's back in the day. But it started with Sinaloa, and then we went to Tijuana, and then we came over. My mother said, "You're not gonna leave me with these 5 kids." So we came and we were migrant farm workers up and down, and then we settled in. I was telling them we settled in San Pedro. My mom used to work at the canneries. She used to clean fish for Charlie Tuna, and I used to go to Barton Hill Elementary. My dad used to work at Bethlehem Steel. This is before the St. Vincent Thomas Bridge. And then my dad fell at Bethlehem Steel. No tenía dinero, so we went to live with a tia who happened to live in Compton, and that's where I started being black, I started, right in 1968, and then I remember a month later, the riots started. Burn, baby, burn.
Damn.
And I was the white guy at Ralph Bunch, I got pictures of me, in the football team. I was the kicker, and I was the racial diversity. And but now Compton's got a lot of Mexicans. Man.
Took over.
South
dude.
Central,
Yeah.
super Mexican now, dude.
It is. And back then the riots were just negros riots. Now they're integrated. You have blacks and Latinos working together.
Taking a TV.
Taking a couch. One end, from a Korean salesman. Things have progressed.
Wilson salesman.
Diversity.
Yeah, well now the Koreans are the the store owners and stuff. And because. I don't know, but I know you were from Boyle Heights, right? Boyle Heights was Mexican, and now it's Salvadoreño.
Yeah.
So it has this, people move up and move out. I don't know where the Mexicans that were there are.
But the liquor store is still Korean.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, all the way down the hill, all the way out. You go from Broadway all the way to 4th Street, turns into Beverly.
And they
Every
adapt.
owner is
You got to
Korean.
give it to the Koreans. They adapt really well because they know all the curse words.
They learn Spanish.
They know Spanish. They know Korean Spanish.
They know how to say ladrón.
Yeah, well, I'm living with a Korean girl now, so I got to say nice things about her, about her people. Her parents don't like me at all. They came over and she told them that she's just working for me. I said, well, why don't you tell them about it? She goes, no, my parents are real prejudiced. They find out I'm on the Mexican, they're not gonna be very happy. I said, oh, how am I gonna feel? I'm like your side bitch. But that's the truth, man. So,
I work for him.
yeah. I work for him. I work for me. I'm his typist, and I do secretarial work. Está bien. They came over to my house. They were looking me up and down. And when they come, I have to look real old, right? I gray up my hair, and I'm not good. So they believe it. Otherwise,
So
you
with a
have,
wheelchair.
you have to go back to Chicago, It's weird, but I put up with it because she's very good, in bed, and
Happy ending.
yeah, I wish I would have met an Asian girl earlier, because son obedientes, they do they know how to treat the man,
Yes, my lord.
Las mexicanas, you can't, you cheat on them, you got to sleep with one eye open porque te dan un garrotazo, vas a ver.
They're waiting.
They never forgive you. Las japonesas expect. I don't have to tell her where I'm going or what I'm doing or when I'm coming back. Wherever I'm there, un masaje a las patas. Oh,
Y luego para arriba.
That's funny part of you just say, yeah, man, you cheat on a Mexican chick, she never forgives you, right? You got to see with one eye open and shit. And they would tell you, how can you marry with white chicks? Because I did the same thing with her, man, but they forgave me,
Very diplomatic.
They run a relationship, white people run a relationship like a business. All right, we had a little downfall, but we had a good quarter. We're coming to get better, right?
It's gonna happen. You know, she says, if you're it can be with somebody else, just use protection and just. I don't want to know about it. I said, but me telling you is the fun part, you know. That's what you call the enojas, you know, because she tries harder to keep you, not to assassinate you the otherwise, you know. But it's strange, and I'm too old to cheat now. I just think about it. I think about cheating. That's as far as I go, you know. I go, porque you know, me and my penis don't talk anymore, you know. Now you know what? I get erections when I wasn't even waiting for one, you know. When I need one, I can't get one, and when I got one, I don't need it. Right? It's like the cops, you know. So I'm just basically like the other day, you know, I was in church in the iglesia, and I got one. The lady next to me, it's kind of embarrassing, you know. She's looking at me, you know. First of all, I don't know what she's looking there for. She's an older woman. And she's looking at me, and I don't know what to say. So I said, I love Jesus. This is the only way I can show my love, you know.
See, Hosanna.
The body of Jesus.
Yeah, well, you know, that's how you show your love, you know. That's the reason why men can't fake orgasms, you know. Women can, you know, and every one of us always asks our old lady, how was I? Was I good? You know, and they lie to us, you know, because they don't want to hurt our feelings. They go, oh yeah, baby, you were great, you know. But we can't prove it. Now we can't lie to them, you know, because, you know, if it's not, you know, if it's not ready, you could tell, you know.
I faked orgasm, bro. I threw chaporrado on her back.
And it was so hot, huh? Ay!
She goes, how come you have two lattes? Well, one for you, babe.
How come it's dark?
Yeah.
Should have been the microwave.
That was a cinnamon stick.
You make me change flavors.
You come like my grandpa, I'm thick.
You come like my grandpa. You know, I would have asked, how do you know? Seriously. Well, Grandpa and I are close. I don't know.
What's up, fool? I ran into Paul Rodriguez this afternoon because we were doing a reading for a movie that he had wrote with a couple of his buddies, and they got funding now. Hallelujah.
Yeah, man, it's been a while, but we finally sold enough aluminum cans. You know, we got funded by the government. You know,
We got Jim Popa to sell his trench coats.
A little hats on.
No, I submitted I got like 10 social security numbers. You know, and I'm collecting unemployment for 10 people. So I'm gonna use that to make a movie. Like the negros that got caught. You know, they made a video of it. These negros from South Central, right? They started flashing all their money. We're making they shouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have got caught. You know,
Flossing.
you know, but you know, so that's that. But yeah, man, I finally found an investor, and two actually. And we're gonna roll, man. I want you to be in it, man, because you know this will be our second or third movie together. Third.
Wait, one,
The
two,
Deported?
third, yeah.
I still think that movie we did is one of the funniest. Man.
I still think so too.
In 9 days.
Every Christmas, I bring it out on YouTube.
You know, it's
9 days, 12 hours days.
9 days. That's true, man.
I'm not like that anymore.
I'm not at that anymore.
That's a good movie. I like that.
It was funny, man. You look at other movies; they spend all kinds of times. It's not as funny. That old lady was good.
She was good. Eh?
Your son,
yeah. And what's the name? What's the name was good too. You.
The guy that threw up. What's his name?
Oh, that was Edwin Juan.
There was Juan.
Edwin Juan, the
Yeah,
Filipino.
Juan, yeah. He
threw up on that girl when they were making out. Bro.
I saw that was fun.
Yeah, that was funny, and he also got in trouble. He went to perform for the Los Angeles Police Department.
Oh, yes,
and
right.
He actually cut him out. I wonder what he said, man. But that took a lot of huevos for him to do it. So if you're listening, man, San Juan, my hat's off to you, Vato. But yeah, man.
Vinegar joke.
Yeah, he did the vinegar joke.
What is that? I haven't heard that.
Because
Sauce and vinegar.
he said that his, I'm probably going to butcher the joke, but he said that his old Filipino man, his uncle, when he says pass the vinegar, he didn't know how to pronounce it like everybody else. So he's probably saying pass the N word.
Oh, I
And
see.
he said it in front of his friends, and there was a lot of black people there, and everybody was offended. Like they were mad at the sheriff, right, for booking
They were
them.
mad for booking him, yeah.
Oh, because of politically correct there?
Yeah.
Because it was all woke stuff happening at the same time.
Wow.
I got a routine that I do about that I kind of do it sometimes where I talk about it. I said, you know, I grew up in a neighborhood where there's all black people, and now there's all white people. So last week I have a black family moving next door, and me and Jamal have become good friends, you know. So every morning I see him working on his garden. I walk up and I go, Jamal, what's up, my neighbor? And he goes, what? What you call me? What did you say? I said, what's up, my neighbor? He goes, oh, all right, be cool, you know, all right, just, you might want to slow down, you know, enunciate. I go, neighbor, please. I told that, I said, I'm from Compton. Then I say, it's a shame that black people have taken the ugliest word and made it cool. And the rest of us can't play along. We gotta say N-word, we gotta say something else. I said, because it's a shame, because I love rap music. So like my favorite song is I'm Not Saying She's a Gold Digger. After that, I got to hum the rest. I go, So, yeah, it's really weird, because I grew up, I hear them saying it to themselves all the time very casually, and it sounds so cool that I hear some raza doing it to each other.
Bunch of them.
Raza call each other that I'm going,
They're from Huntington Park.
yeah. That Huntington Park, right?
Yeah.
South Central, you see a lot of kids.
South Central, Turlock.
Yeah, Turlock.
All over the country, dude.
Yeah,
Pretty much anybody who grew up in the Bay Area and what's the Bay Area here in LA?
What, the South
San
Bay?
Pedro?
South Bay.
South Bay,
South
yeah.
Bay.
South Bay, Torrance and all that. But I don't,
Limas.
Yeah, but
We
what about
must.
Chicago or New York? All Latinos.
they're not allowed, though. They're not allowed. We got to pick our own raza word, But we don't have like a cool offensive word like, órale, bracero, mojado. Those that make you want to fight.
Even
What'd you call
Salvador,
me?
he got their own, bro. Cerote, bro.
Cerote,
We need one name.
Yeah, órale, cerote.
Cerote, hijo de gran puta, cerote.
I remember that. Salvadoreños, I remember getting into a fight one time. I was at a club.
There was Salvadorian when you were a kid? No, huh?
Yeah, there were. Not that many.
They didn't exist yet.
Like 7.
Yeah. But I used to go to Rudy's Pasta House or something like that. That's where Tierra used to play back in the day. I used to go up there and get up there. And I said, I was doing something, trying to do something about it. What a shame that a country named after our Lord, is the bloodiest. At the time, there was a fight going on. And some dude came from the side, threw a chingazo. Pow! I barely moved out of the way, Me rozó así. But estaba bien borracho, So, he was going to come back, and I picked up the phone, the microphone, I popped him on the head, he went down, and he just lay there for a while moaning. I kept on with my act. I go, and people said, man, did you guys plan that? I go, no, I didn't plan that. But it's not like I was bad. It's just he was a midget,
Cat-like
Hey, man,
reflexes.
people who never been to a comedy show always think like the most wildest thing that happened at the show is planned.
Yeah.
Like Sebastian Santina getting choked on stage by an audience member. Did you guys plan that? Yeah, we brought him just for him to get stabbed here by Celia.
Oh, yeah, what's the weirdest shit that's happened to you?
Oh, man. Me and Joy Medina, first of all.
Oh, I know that's going to be bad now.
He booked me at a show. He booked me at a show in Compton. That's right, Compton.
Compton?
It was a place called the Roadhouse Cafe, and it's in Carson. And we get there, it was all Tongan and Samoans,
Oh, yeah.
and they were doing karaoke, I guess. But then they had to turn off karaoke to have a comedy show.
yeah.
They were not having it, bro. They were sharpening their canoes, bro. They were mad.
Yeah, the Samoans, the Tongans are big.
Yeah, man. They threw a bottle at me and I ducked, and then they threw that stupid ass out. You know what? He got mad. He got mad because I said, "Listen, bro. I know you were doing karaoke, and I know you probably didn't get your turn to sing, man. We're gonna get a chance to sing, man. But do we have anything on the? You got anything from the Jets here for this guy?" Bro, they fucking died. And they got more mad because they're Samoan and the Jets are Tongan.
Yeah, but how do we know, man? What's the difference, It's about 40 pounds, I guess.
So we went out. We have a Tongan fetus here. Anyways, so when we went outside, the guy was waiting for us, bro. Like Joe Medina had a real crappy car back then. And it was like a red one. It was bad.
He still has the same one.
And the guy was shaking the car, bro. It felt like we were in Jurassic Park the ride, bro.
I remember
That was the one,
I had
man.
one joke that I used to do in Hawaii when I lived there. I did a joke about Samoans. They're called blokes there. They're called
Blokes.
No, they're mokes, yeah.
Blokes like Australian, right?
Yeah, blokes, yeah, but they call it a big moke. And I said, brother, the Samoans are the biggest people on the planet. When they die, they bury them at sea and create new islands.
Tell everybody how you ended up in Hawaii, man. Did you win the comedy contest?
No, man.
How did you get stuck there?
I got third place. There was the funniest man in Los Angeles. We went over there, and I thought I won because when I did my act, I killed, man. I got big laughs. But I pissed off the guy from Walking Tall. I forget what his
Buford.
name is. Buford. I upset him, so he didn't vote for me. I took third, but the audience booed. I got the tape. The audience booed, The guy that won was a guy named Al Waxman, who was a ventriloquist. Second place was Jerry Bednob from the 40-year-old virgin.
The turban cowboy.
And then it was David Strassman, and I forget who the other one was. I got upset. Right? I thought I should have won, right? So I cashed in my ticket. I got drunk, and like 2 days later, I wake up in Waikiki. I got no money, no nothing, So I went to see Andy Bumatai, who had a comedy club at the Ilikai Canoe House.
The hotel?
Yeah. They had it was a comedy club, and he was the host of that show. So I said, "Hey, Andy, could you help me out? Could I, bus boy here or something?" He goes, "No, man, you'll open for me." So I started opening for him, and he took me. I still love him, man. He was a great guy to me. He put me in his house. He had this badass house, and he had a Porsche, all kinds of girls, and I stayed there for about 8 months, man, and then I left. It's not wasn't that he wasn't funny. It's that people had heard of stuff, and it's an island, so they would come to see me because they hadn't heard me. I guess I was fresh, and so after a while, I noticed a little tension. So I said, dude, I'm gonna go back to Los Angeles and be the Andy Bumatai of my people, right? I went over there. And a while later, I got a movie called The Whoopie Boys.
Yes.
And the director was going, "Hey, we're looking for a guy." So I said, I know the guy. So we called Andy. He flew down there, and if you look at Whoopi Boys, he was really good in it, man. He plays this Hindu guy, and he was really funny. He's like Joe Coy, but straight, Nothing against Joe, but I guess it is. What am I gonna say? But yeah, man, Hawaii was really really cool. I remember he opened for Don Ho, right? So Don Ho was really famous. People in my generation. He's the guy that sings Tiny Bubbles.
Tiny Bubbles.
And he has like 8 daughters, right? And Andy Bumatai says, "Man, he's got 8 hoes." I'm thinking,
You said that on stage?
Huh?
You said that on stage?
No, not me. Andy Bumatai told me
shit.
off stage that he had 8 daughters, but he told me, he goes, he's got kids, man. He's got all girls. He got 8 hoes.
Oh, fuck.
So I said, wow, man, And he was real cool, man. He used to smoke a lot of pot, real laid back. And he goes, "Hey, brother." And they were interviewing him, and he goes, "How do you want to be remembered?" He goes, "I don't want to be remembered. I want to be forgot, bro. I want to be forgot." I said, "Forgot." So 2 of his girls, 2 of his took us out to eat, man. And
2 of his hoes?
yeah, 2 of his hoes. It doesn't sound right because they were nice people, but man, they were just. And I didn't want to do nothing. She was pretty. I didn't want to do nothing because I don't want to upset Don Ho because I heard that bad things would happen to you, So I didn't do nothing. And finally, she had to tell me, no, my father said it's all right. I said, well, I want that in writing. I said, because I don't want nothing to happen to me. So she had to go ask Andy Bumatai. This is before AIDS, but nowadays I should have done that. But you have to get like a second signature. But I was by that time I never wound up doing nothing with her. But I regret it. Because she was a nice looking hoe.
So you were in Ali, right?
I was in Ali, yeah.
You were playing Freddie Pacheco.
Freddie Pacheco, yeah. If you look at that picture, you can hardly recognize because they shaved my head and everything. But it wasn't a good experience for me, man. I don't know what happened.
Did you get along with Freddie?
Well, Freddie Pacheco, no, not really.
He didn't want a Cuban guy?
He wanted a Cuban guy.
Because you're Mexican.
Yeah, he wanted Andy Garcia.
No, my man. He does nothing to Andy Garcia.
That's exactly what the director, Michael Mann showed me a note where let me tell you what happened. This is true as God is my witness. They were filming the Fifth Street Gym out there.
Philip, look for a Freddie Pacheco photo.
Right. Freddie Pacheco and
Freddie Pacheco.
The real one comes on set, right? And he's drunk as hell, and he goes in.
He
Will
drinks
Smith.
and smokes.
He's passed now. He died, but he was drunk, right? Drunk, so drunk they had to call the cops to pull him out of there because this fool goes to Will Smith's trailer and starts calling him the N-word,
Fuck.
Oh, you're this and that. Real
Cuban
bad.
guy.
Neighbor?
Right. Starts calling him neighbor. You're a neighbor this and a neighbor that. And they actually had to get the police to get out of there, right? After that, Will never saw me or treated me the same. I kept trying to tell him, dude, man, I'm Paul Rudd. I'm your friend, man. Look, I don't think like that. That ain't me, but I couldn't. It got really bad in Africa. After a while, he got really resentful. One night, there was a scene where I'm supposed to be doing his gloves, and he snatched it. He goes, "You don't know what the fuck you're doing, do you?" I go, "The camera ain't on me. What's the matter if I tie you up or not?" I said, "What's up, man? Why are you upset?" And he just started being abusive till finally one day I said, "You know what? Well, I've told you already. It wasn't me. I ain't never been like that. If you're doing, what do they call it when you're acting, when you're pretending?
Method.
Yeah, if you're method acting, I could understand, but I'm not gonna take this shit from me. If you want me, man, I'll hop on a plane, put my brown ass on a plane, and I go back. Because he told me one time, he goes, hey, don't forget, you're a long way from anybody that likes you. I go, where does that come from? You know, I don't know.
Damn.
So he started becoming abusive, and I hope to run into him one of these days. I hope it's over, because it's over with me. You know, who wants to have Will Smith as your enemy and stuff like that? But yeah, man, it got pretty bad. I finally told Michael, man, you know, just get me the hell out of here if he's going to continue like that. And ultimately, I'm in the picture, got first billing, I'm all over, but I don't say one word, man. He cut me all out. But he was cutting Freddie Pacheco out, you know?
Yeah.
When I got that part, I was really happy, man, because I had really good lines. There was a scene that I thought I might have a shot of getting nominated, because at the end, when I'm in bed with this lady, the phone rings, and I put my glasses on, and I pick up the phone, and I go, yeah, and he goes, and it's Ali going, Doc, you were right. I fought too long, you know, when I said, I don't remember, I said, did you hear? Because they announced that he had Parkinson's or something. And Freddie Pacheco in real life and in the movie was the one that told him, that's it, champ. After he fought George Foreman, he says, that's it, retires the champ. You don't need to fight no more. You're going to get Parkinson's, it's going to affect you. And everybody else was wanting him to fight. Oh, you go to the Philippines, make more money, because he had a lot of people living off of him. But Pacheco told him the truth, you know. So in real life, Pacheco was good to him, but you know, to the actor, he was bad. He screwed it all up for me. Years later, his daughter sent me a letter apologizing for my dad used to drink. He wanted me to tell you that he's sorry. Yeah, but it's too late, eh?
That's funny, man.
It's too late.
Will Smith got so mad, he went after Paul Rodriguez, the actor, and the stand-in.
Hell yeah.
And P-Rod, eh?
Oh,
Anybody
man.
associated, eh?
Yeah, man, I don't know what that was all about. It's really sad, because I had done a movie with him before, and I really liked him, man. We got along, but he... You know, I kept saying to myself, it's not you, man. He's just method acting here. But after a while, you go, I don't know how many times I got to tell that fool that it's me. It ain't. I'm not Dr. Pacheco. And he still kept at it. So I said, you know, la tuya, way, you know.
That's crazy, dude. I think he's game fit. He's game and not the real person.
Man, but I don't know what he did. But everybody told me that Freddie went in there and was just, you know, he was too drunk, and he says, you should have had Andy Garcia play me. And they told him, you're too old, because the part came down between me and who was that other guy whose father, what's his name? His father played Cyrano de Bergerac, the old Cyrano de Bergerac, Latino, his kid, oh man, I forget. But it was
Benjamin Bratt.
No, not Benjamin Bratt. No, they were looking for somebody unattractive, and I fit the role, you know. But
George Lopez.
No, that's for
Who?
Jose Ferreira.
Jose Ferreira.
His son.
Miguel Ferreira.
Miguel Ferreira.
He came out in Traffic.
Yeah, it was between Miguel Ferreira and I.
George Clooney's nephew.
And I took some voice lessons. Because they wanted me to talk like this, you know. He talked like this, yeah, man. And I remember seeing Will. I said, "Oh, Will, man, I hope I get this part." He goes, he really likes you. He goes, I'll take care of that. So I did get the part because of him, you know. But things went bad in.
But then when yelling in his dressing room.
Yeah, things went bad. The real Freddie Pacheco went in there. They had to literally throw him out.
Fuck, man.
It says, you're nothing but a neighbor. I'll tell you right now, you neighbor.
Fuck.
The cops gave me
The movie's not even about that guy.
I know.
He didn't even listen to hip hop.
No, but he had more lines.
Eh?
He had more lines. Cubano racista. Racista el güey. You know, because he goes,
They throw his coños out, eh?
yeah, he should have had a party. But the real Freddie Pacheco used to have a clinic in Harlem, and he's the one that used to take care of all the black boxers. When they had venereal diseases, he would, you know, give them the shots and all that. So
Before their wife signed that?
He did a lot of good. You know. Too bad that, you know, he lost his mind and screwed up my career. You know? So I thought that movie really was going to do something for me, but I've had several things like that, and vale madre.
That was the second movie you did with Will, right?
The second movie? No, I've been like 40-something now.
Well, no, with Will.
With
Will
Will,
Smith.
yeah. I did Made in America.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With
Whoopi Goldberg, right?
Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson, you know. And I got a funny story there. Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg were you know, knocking boots, and the paparazzi was all after them, right? So one time Ted says, hey, let's trade rooms, you know. He's got the presidential suite up there. We're staying in Oakland where they were filming, and we'll take your room. I said, all right. So all the paparazzi is focused up there on the shades. And I was messing with them. I was doing this. I can't do it now because I'm too fat. But like I'm making out. It was me, and they were down there leaving curly hairs in my bed.
Hey man, what is a movie that we always see and we love to win, man, and we watch it. We watched it a lot, bro. When before Last Comic Standing.
DC Cab.
Yeah.
DC Cab was a lot of fun.
Fuck, dog. I wish were they really shot in DC or not? Like,
yeah, they shot it in DC, man.
Barbarian Brothers.
The Barbarian Brothers. They were very
Gary
nice.
Busey.
Gary Busey. I hung out with him. I got a good
And the
story.
mayor, right?
The mayor. I got a good story about that. Gary Busey at the time was using a lot of yayo, right? And he'd come to my room, right? He was yayo. Then he'd go. One night, his wife comes and knocks on my door and begs me to stop getting him yayo, no? And I go, me? He's the one giving it to me, and it was the truth, right?
That's a king's one right there, lady.
At 3 or 4 in the morning, he was out of it, and he's gonna go get some, right? He goes, come on, Rod. We're gonna go down to Florida. We see black guys in the corner. We'll just they got stuff. We'll stop. I said, Gary, man, this is a bad idea, man. It's a real bad idea. So we take a car down there, and he goes, you wait for me here. He's two, fierce looking black dudes in the corner, right? And he walks up to them. He's all white. He goes, what's happening, brothers? Hey, listen, really loud like that.
Jive.
He goes, hey, who's got some coke they want to sell me? Pulls out a water money. I'm going, oh, they're gonna kill this motherfucker. And I'm over here like the scene from The Godfather. That baker's pretending to be a cop.
Yeah, Fabricio.
I'm in the car pretending I'm a cop. This is all you can do, right? And they looked at him. They looked at me, and they figured nobody else but two crazy cops are out here looking for coke, man. So I said, man, finally they said, no, we ain't got nothing. He gets back in the car, and the driver, who was a black guy, the driver goes, well, what did you say? What are you looking for? He says, looking for a little something, a little candy for the nose. He goes, oh, well, here's this bag, and let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm fucking cool. Let's go.
Crazy ass white boy, huh?
You're partying with the mayor, huh?
Well, I didn't know he was the mayor then. Topper Carew, one of the producers, and he also is the guy that...
Marion Barry.
He does the Martin show, he produces it. And I didn't know. They came up to me and said, can we use your room? I said, all right. And I didn't know it was Marion Barry until years later when I looked at him. Oh, that's the dude that I lent my room to. And I know they did it because afterwards there was all kinds of lines, dust. I went in there and I thought Gary was in my room. But yeah, the mayor, man. The mayor, I wish I would have...
He went down for that though, right?
No, years after.
He went down, they caught him in
Smoking
a camera. They
Smoking
caught him-
crack.
And he came back and got reelected.
Hell
man.
yeah. Twice.
He's badass.
So, let's face it, that wouldn't have happened. Black people just screw up a lot and get it done.
DC Cab is funny, man, but I didn't know that. But you could tell, like, Gary Busey pretty, like, wired, man, every scene.
I gave him a line, and I give him the line. Goes,
coke line.
I don't know what women are so upset. They got half the money and all the pussy. At the time I was doing an act, but not like him. He liked it. Oh, let me use that. So he did that. I saved Joel Schumacher's life. He later became a big director.
How? What happened?
Well, we were filming, and the door opened, and he's filming in the back, right? And the door opened, and he's about to fall out, and I just reached out and I just caught him. He would have fell out and got run over, man. We were going about 20, 30 miles an hour, but he was going to fall on his back, and he turned white as a sheet. I don't know. I heard the door open. I just reached out and grabbed him, and he's going, ah! And I go, I'm going to get a lot of lines now, huh? I'm going to get a lot of close-ups.
You and Gary Busey.
Yeah, me and Gary Busey. But it was a lot of fun. Marsha Warfield.
Yeah, she was
Mr.
funny, yeah.
T was the
I
biggest
pity the
star at the
fool.
time.
Hell yeah, dude.
And he was always being interviewed by one television station or another. And I said, well, if I'm going to get on, I got to stick my head in this thing, right? So I remember Entertainment Tonight was interviewing him, and I came from behind and I went, don't you worry, Mr. T, we're going to find the people who did that to your hair. And I walked away. I got laughs, and he got all upset,
The guy, what's the name of the movie too, man? The guy from Politically
Bill
Incorrect.
Maher.
Bill Maher.
Yeah. Bill Maher was in that.
Oh, and then that comedian, bro, Ty Barnett.
Charlie Barnett.
Barnett.
The Comedy Central had the 100 best stand-ups of all time. Let me tell you, Charlie Barnett, for me, and I knew Pryor and all these guys, he was the funniest of all time. And I remember when I got the part, the Joel Schumacher says, go to New York, go to Washington Square, 2 weeks early, hang out with Charlie Barnett. I said, how am I going to find him? He goes, just go to Washington Square Park. At noon, you'll know there's a guy that does comedy. And sure enough, man, he was brilliant, man. He had good monologue. He used to do a lot of, he'd make like, I know you white people think we're monkeys, and he turned into one, man. He'd be hanging from a tree, had these long fingernails. He would get a women's purse, and he would make jokes out of everything he found. He was just brilliant, man. He was just brilliant. I'm sorry to see him die.
He was the first guy to do the Asian boys, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He used to look like an Asian guy.
Yeah.
The teeth in the eyes.
He did it in a movie.
Yeah, later he got a part on Vice. But it's a shame because...
He liked drugs too, right?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you. I used to hang out with him and Rick Aviles, right? And then
Rick Aviles.
Us three, we were playing at the...
From Ghost.
The Latin Quarter. And I would
Yeah,
open...
Rick Aviles.
Rick would middle and Charlie would close. And they used to go down to 125th Street and slam, right? And I went down there, and it was ugly, man. All kinds of in the darkness. They're out there fixing. And they go, come on, Rod. And I said, man, I don't do that. I said, you guys shouldn't do that either. But after a while, they said, man, you pussy, keep talking about this. So after a while, I didn't tell them nothing. And that's ultimately what killed him. And I went to see Charlie Barnett 2 weeks before he died of AIDS at Lexington's hospital. And Rick Aviles died of that. And his career was just taking off. He'd done Waterworld.
Yeah, and he did Ghost.
Ghost.
He was the bad guy in Ghost?
Yeah. And he was also they'd given him the job of the host at Apollo. Midnight at the Apollo. He talked like this, you know.
Like this.
He had a lot of jokes and stuff like that.
See, over here in the Bronx, we don't got road chips, we got rochers.
It was phenomenal, man.
Here's my impression of every road cop movie you've ever seen. All right? Every road cop movie. What's the word out on the street? He used to do real esoteric stuff, man. It was sad that he passed away. For almost a month, we were at the Latin Quarter, man. And Leguizamo used to come and see us.
Like when I see Whoopi Goldberg said, and a little bit of what's the name, Dave Chappelle, I see Charlie Barnett.
Yeah, but
and a lot of Whoopi Goldberg's first special.
Dave Chappelle, it was planning on doing a movie, a script called The King of Washington Square, tribute to Charlie Barnett. He died way too young, but he was funny, man. Probably the funniest guy I've ever seen, because he was funny in a lot of ways.
Find it on YouTube, Philip. Charlie Barnett.
He did, Charlie Barnett.
Washington Heights.
And he used to do imitations. He had one routine that he used to say, he goes, my father was crazy. He came out of the nut house thinking he was God, which made me Jesus. You know, and my brothers and sisters were the apostles. He used to do this whole thing on religion. He was the guy. I was with him when he went to read for Saturday Night Live, and he didn't get it because he had dyslexia, but Eddie Murphy got it. But Charlie Barnett was just a rare talent. I'm sorry to see him die. He had such a rough life. He was born abandoned in a trash can and a trash heap. He never knew who his parents were. He had this heart condition that made his fingers look really fat. He says, he used to tell me, he goes, Rod, I'm gonna make it. He goes, I got better fingers than Arsenio Hall. You know? Yeah, he had these big old fingers, and it's a shame because the last time I saw him, what do you say to a guy that he's just gaunt? He wasn't receiving any food. This is at the very height of AIDS, and he said, he goes, my dick killed me, Rod, my dick, you know, because he was having unprotected sex, you know, and. But it's a shame, you know. And Rick Aviles, of course, he died of an overdose. But he was a great guy, man. These are really, really talented guys I've got to meet in my life, you know. Got to meet all these guys. Pryor, you know, Dangerfield, lately Saget, and
yeah, you did the big show with Burner, with Saget during the pandemic.
Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah, that was a good.
A lot of weed. I saw that video you had.
A lot of weed. He was a nice man, man. Bob Saget was you know, he had this squeaky clean show, you know, on TV, Full House. So people would go see his live show, bringing their kids and everything like that, and then he'd open up with some of the most crass material.
Well, foul ass shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he liked shocking people.
I remember he had a show. I saw one time the show that we did for his daughter. He hit the guitar. He goes, let me allow you. A lot of women after the show, they tell me stuff like, "Hey Bob, I grew up watching you." Oh really? Now let me watch you go down on me watching you.
He used to have a lot of really smart, funny stuff, you know. But the main thing is, why ain't you said nothing?
I'm sitting here listening.
He's the quiet man.
Give him some Paul Rodriguez, bro. He imitates pretty good.
Well, we did you outside because we were saying last time we were together in Hawaii, that's the last time we seen you. And
He
dude,
killed,
badass.
man.
Oh, dude, you're talking about because they were gonna bomb Hawaii like a month before, and then we were smoking a blunt, and he hit it a couple times, and he's all, "Man, that's some strong stuff."
That's better. That's better than other people do. You know?
Hell yeah.
I always see people try to do your impression and just like fucking just run you through the mud.
What's
It's
his
like
name?
horrible.
He goes,
bro.
you know what? You know what? Actually, Fluffy was actually that was one of his best routines. That's the one when my mom saw him.
Yeah.
And she really liked it. You know.
Toot toot, pollo loco.
Yeah, you know, I made a lot of mistakes, but you know, I used to make a lot of money with Pollo Loco, and I walked out of a contract because, you know, after a while I got tired of every time I did stand up, they would go, "Oh, you're the Pollo guy, you're the Pollo guy," and you know, my agent said, "What the hell do you care what they call you? Look at this contract, man. We're on third year, we're gonna get some good money," but it did bother me, and then I quit that, and then I got Verizon, and I was the Can you hear me now for a while then. So
in Spanish station, you were Super Pepsi.
yeah, I was a
I
Pepsi
remember
man.
that, yeah.
I've been a whore. What can I tell you? You know, my whole familia needed money. None of them had jobs. What can I tell you?
But you know what's crazy? Some fool tagged me today, and Kevin Dill tagged me on Instagram, and there's an old school commercial of you doing it for King Taco before King Taco was all blown up.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
$40. I got 40.
Are you serious?
And all the tacos I could eat. I remember I was hungry.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll show. I don't have
That's
my
a
phone. It's
Kramer
charging.
deal, eh?
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
bro.
I've done just about everything. Everything except be on Broadway. You know, and that's what I want to do. I want to go to Broadway and I play. But I did.
Not on Lincoln Heights though.
I did the Newlywed Game as a host.
I remember that.
I did. What was it? I've tried everything.
Yeah. Also, you had a talk show in Spanish.
In Spanish for 4 years.
El show de Paul Rodriguez.
That was a lot of fun because when I first started doing stand-up there, they don't know what the hell I was doing because they don't understand stand-up, you know. Now they have a lot of stand-up acts, but I would go out there, you know, because Spanish television at the time depended on you dressing like Chapulín or something, you know.
Yeah.
I went out there with
Oh,
a
like
suit.
India.
Okay.
I would talk, I would do something, and they said, I remember the producers going, no, you know, you got to dress like a woman and do this and that. I said, I'll try it like this. You know, but I got a lot of laughs. I had Humberto Luna, who I hope he's feeling better. He's not well. But I got to meet everybody. I got to host Premio Lo Nuestro. Juan Gabriel, my mother really liked that. You know, I met Juan Gabriel, hung out. Luis Miguel, Mark Anthony, who gave me a song and I put it on a million to Juan. So in that, I met Cantinflas, you know. So in that respect, I've had a wonderful life. But a todo le he tirado y no le he pegado nada.
Was that shot here or in Miami or?
It was shot in Miami.
Miami,
man.
okay.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, man. When I went to go see Born East LA, if I would have known you would have been on that little, I would have not went to see it. Eh? Because that's the only reason I went to go see it. When Born East LA came out, I thought it was gonna be all you.
You know, I did about 42 pictures that I'm proud of, and Born in East LA is the only one people know me from. They go, "Oh, you're that pendejo from Born in East LA." That's me, you know.
Nah, man. There's a
And
lot of them.
Cheech was I've had some luck, but Cheech is the only guy that he's the coolest guy, man. With him, it doesn't matter if you're famous at the moment or if you have a lapse down, or you know, he still treats you the same, and that's a rare quality, you know, because he has a lot to be arrogant about, and yet he's not, you know. He's just a nice guy. I look up to Cheech, and not literally, but I do look up to him, man. He's been always feeding me, you know. Tommy Chong, I was just with them at the 5 points over there. I went on stage, and Tommy's a conservative Republican guy, and I remember we used to have offices nearby, and he used to always come in and go, "Why don't you tell your people to quit coming over the border?" And something. I said, "All right, I'll get a memo out like I talk for all the Mexicans." But Cheech has always been fiel, man, a todo that, and may he never change, you know. And he's just a very intelligent and educated guy, man. He won Jeopardy. But you wouldn't know it, no? From watching Cheech and Chong movies. You think that he's some kind of pothead or whatever, but he's well-educated, well-read, and he's just a great guy. I remember going to his house in Malibu. He has his house right on the water, and he has this house that's Hansel and Gretel house, you know. It's weird architecture.
Made out of cookies.
You get the munchies, go you eat it, eh?
Yeah.
Got mesa cookies.
But we could use more. I've never heard him say a bad thing about anybody. You know, he's just a solid guy, man. May he live forever. You know.
Orale.
Orale.
What's up, fool? All right, man. Boris the Terrible is back.
Boris the Terrible.
All right, man.
Boris.
You know the problem with edibles? Sometimes you get so high, and man, you can't concentrate. You can't go pick up your kids from school, and your kids are looking for the car, But then you waver there. Nah, motherfuckers, I walked because I took an edible. And
Or they're annoying you. The kids.
it can really be difficult to control the dose. So there's nothing worse than being baked out of your mind when you didn't plan on it, and you go do a reading, and then you fall asleep. Then you just sit there suffering, bro. That's why when I get the perfect medium high, bro, I hit up my friends at Diet Smoke. They're delicious, and Delta 8 THC are the best. Delta 8 is simply less potent THC, bro.
Not to mention they're also good for your health. You know.
Yeah, man. You had them right, bro. You eat them on planes.
Oh, I like them, dude. They chill you out.
I think I've eaten like I put two in my head on my body, man. Then I wait an hour and I take 2 more.
You
Then
put them in like suppositories.
Yeah, man. I stick them up there and
Uno, dos.
Merle
then-
Haggard style, huh?
and then I start walking to the cockpit. And they tell me, "Sir, what the hell are you doing? Turn around. You're not in first class." Oh, okay. I thought there was an empty seat. I thought I could sleep there. How would you recommend it to? I would recommend it to a friend. Diet Smoke isn't light. It's just right. They come in lots of flavors: blueberry, raspberry, watermelon. I say try them both. And you know what they say? Buy American, get high with American.
They're like Lucky Charms. They're
Yes, they
magically
are.
delicious.
So when the CBD isn't enough and traditional THC is too much, let me tell you, man, CBD is never enough. And traditional THC is too much. Enjoy the smooth buzz of Diet Smoke. Go to dietsmoke.com and use the promo code FOOL for 20% off your order. That's FOOL. Dietsmoke.com. Promo code FOOL for 20% off. Diet Smoke Delta 8 THC gummies are not for use or sell to people under the age of 21.
Or your
Please use
dogs.
responsibly.
But you know, that's the reason I'm doing it, because they give that to the guests here. They give you a couple of bucks. I'm looking forward to, going home and doing the CBD and avoiding DVD and avoiding DMV.
And VD.
VD, everything with D,
I'm making my appointment at DMV.
There it is.
What's up, fool? What's up, Rodrigo? You doing your podcast?
Yeah, man. A new episode's going to be out this Monday coming up. So
The
episode
Yeah Man podcast.
80.
Y luego
Yours?
los podcasters del norte and Squad by the Bell. Too.
Yeah, we have a new
Squad by the
episode.
Bell.
What do you talk about in your podcast?
Los podcasters del norte.
We do a podcast together in Spanish,
Yeah.
and it's we just talk about our
Is
experience.
that for men?
Yeah, for men, women, not kids though, 18 and over.
non-binary.
And then my podcast, yeah, man, I just pretty much it's a one-man show, and I just rap. Go off. And
Rap like singing or?
Nah, but just go up on a couple topics and just talk about it, and what are
You
my
should have a
thoughts,
podcast.
breakdowns.
I'm too lazy to have a podcast. You've been. Let me congratulate you. You've been here for 8 years now, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. That's it. You have to be dedicated.
Here since August at this place.
You can't just say, "Well, I'll do it today," or "Not won't do it today," because you got followers out there, right? So you have to be, no matter what, whether you're sick, or whether you're high, which never happens, wherever you are, you just got to do it, right? Is that the
Yeah,
secret?
we do it, man.
You got to be consistent, Name some of the people you've had. over
We
the
had Gil Carrillo, the
Yeah.
guy who cut the Nice Talker. We had him before he was on Netflix, and we had
Christian Hosoi, skateboarding
years.
legend.
Yeah, man. He's
we
a
had
legend,
Damon
Cool as fuck.
Chapa, Miklo talk about Blood In, Blood Out for an hour and a half.
yeah.
That was badass. We had a guy. We had 2 guys. We had 2 Chicanos, 2 Mexicans. We had one guy who I met walking down the streets. He was a fan, and him and I were talking. He was holding his baby, and I found out that he had just been released for a murder he didn't commit. He was doing 20 years.
That's
So we
interesting.
brought him in. We talked about it. We interviewed him. Later, long story short, he sued. And he won $10 million from the
Well,
Rampart division.
How many? Yeah, the Rampart's real.
But you got free because he was on the Larry David show, right?
No, that's
Innocence
another guy.
Project. That's
Oh,
another guy.
Oh,
How
shit.
many years did he do? 10? What did he
20.
get? 20 years and he got 10 million?
Yeah.
It's like $500,000 a year. I don't know if I could make that trade, but
He went in at 18.
He went in at 18, got out at 39.
oh man, that's a shame.
He was not bitter, no tattoos. And we had another guy on the show who was
So you put like real people on.
the real people. We had another guy on the show who was at Dodger Stadium, and then when he got home, they arrested him for a murder he didn't commit.
At
And-
Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, and he was. The only reason he got out is because they were filming the Larry David show at Dodger Stadium, and they saw him in the screen.
That's how they caught him?
Why the murder?
That's how he got out.
One of the
I
elements.
see.
The,
Oh yeah, I think I heard about it. Was it they beat up this guy? He was like a paramedic, right?
No.
No, that was a Raider game.
So the murder happened. Wow,
that happens all the time.
that's every.
Do the date in Joliet.
Oh, yeah?
The guy who wants to have a date. After you do the show.
Have you
Here somewhere?
have you interviewed the guy the Kiki Camarena, the DEA agent from the Kiki Camarena?
No, none of those guys there.
I'm gonna get you him. He would love to do your podcast. He's the guy that actually tells it all like it is. There's a documentary called The Last Narco. The Last Narc?
Yeah.
The last night-
He reveals basically they
I'll
set
get you
him
his
up.
number. He'd love to do it. He'd love to do it.
All right, eh? Also, man, what's up, fool? We got a guy that's looking for a date on, I don't know, for the Joliet show. We don't know his name.
His name's Miguel.
His name is Miguel.
Miguel.
Have him here.
Here it is. Oh, my God. Here it is.
Ladies or guys.
For a day, he's got tickets and VIP.
He's looking for a
Wait,
date.
wait,
He has
wait.
tickets to the show in Joliet. Look at him. Must be a Cub fan.
Oh man.
Or cool.
Man, let us have
Hold on.
Well, that right there. Don't show that one. That's not gonna get you. What
Soy
the?
el,
Looks like a
soy el
cilantro.
gordinflón.
You know, what do you call those things? The lawn, the ones they have in the lawn.
A lawn gnome.
No, a gnome.
Garden gnome.
No, a garden gnome. But
Some girl just said nombre.
hey, there could be a gnome out there. There could be a lady gnome for you out there.
Let's go rate a
For
garden.
every gnome.
fans at Felipe
What's his name?
Miguel.
Email us at fans@felipesworld.com. And if you're interested, and you know what? We'll make the connection. Looking for Valentine's Day, hook him up.
Hi, do you have a sister that haven't been able to marry off, or she hasn't been able to have sex since Jimmy Carter administration? Call Miguel. He's ready to do her in the lawn.
What's up, fool? Man, I know we talked about it, and there's a photo out there for What's Up, Fool fans. You know, you've seen the photo. Fluffy, Armando Cosillo, Paul Rodriguez. We got pulled over at the border patrol. At the border. Man, let me tell you what happened. Play by play. Paul Rodriguez was already doing like a big private event somewhere. I don't know where, but it was somewhere. And then Paul Rodriguez shows up to our show at the El Paso comic strip with two hot ass chicks.
That I got from Miguel.
Yes, and he tells us, bro, like we're at the end of the show, bro. Like it's like 2:30. There's a photo right there. There it is.
Oh man.
There it is. We got pulled over by the border patrol right there, and they took photos of us. Anyway, so
They were just being dicks.
Paul Rodriguez said, "Let's go have tacos," and Gabriel Iglesias says, "Hey man, everything's closed like 2 a.m." And Paul Rodriguez took out like a big wop of money, like a rapper. He said, "Bro, everything's closed if you have fives." Bro, this fool. There was this dude that showed up who looked like Butch Escobar, 6'2", funny comedian from San Jose. If you need an opener, 6'2". This guy shows up, and he was driving a van, and then Paul Rodriguez looks at him. He goes, "Hey, you want to go to Mexico and have tacos?" And he looks at Paul Rodriguez and goes, "Fuck yeah." So Paul Rodriguez, me, these two girls, and then there was 3 girls walking, and they were like big boobs. "Hey, you want to have tacos? Get in the van."
That was my favorite pickup line, you know.
Yeah, get in the van.
You guys were
So,
on Juarez.
dude, we got 3 girls we don't even know them. 2 girls, I don't know them. And then that guy, his friends in the van, Gabriel, me, bro, we go in that fucking van like the A-team. Dun, 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 dun. When we crossed the border, bro, I never been to Juarez. Bro, I have no idea.
It wasn't as
Should I mention
dangerous
this?
then, though.
And then we crossed the border, and we just go to a random place, bro, and eat a bunch of tacos.
Tacos
bro.
were good.
They were good.
Better than TJ tacos?
No, well, try him, bro.
Yeah,
They're in
that-
Mexico, fool.
I remember that. It was
They were
like
delicious. Those tacos.
you just have to drive around, and wherever there were lights and people around,
Yeah, it was-
that's where we go.
He looked for it, bro. He looked for that little lamp, you know, a little heat lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it was good. It was
The-
steamy.
La
The
luz.
flies don't even come close. But they, tacos caseros, you have vatos out there, whacking carne, they got chivo, they got everything. I remember I used to be very comfortable going to Mexico, crossing the border, but it wasn't as dangerous. Juarez later became one of the most dangerous towns in the world, man. But back then it was kind of innocent still, It's a lot of fun. Nowadays, man, with the Me Too movement, you go, "Hey, do you girls have a big heart and a good personality? You want tacos?"
You gotta say it like that.
Yeah, back then you with the big rack. Let's go.
Oye, chichona.
Hey, Paul Rodriguez and I, we did a show together. We did a lot of shows together. But we did this crazy ass show, man. outside for war who never showed up. And
No, they showed up at like 2 hours late. I was out of jokes. And you
oh
didn't wanna
man,
go.
we were showing out of jokes. It was Malo. They put me and Paul Rodriguez first. So they put Paul Rodriguez, and man, these people had no idea there was gonna be a comedy show probably. So Paul Rodriguez walking on the audience, bro, banging out fools, dog.
I tried doing material. It didn't
took
work.
the microphone. He was making fun of the fucking veterana. What's some of the makeup?
You're in the circus. Okay? But that's what you do. That's what you do after I tried everything. And I remember, and war came on. Like 2 hours later, they missed their flight from Chicago, and people still.
They were driving now from Tucson.
Where they're driving, they hung in there. We did a lot of gigs. Do you remember working at Tahoe one time? So we're working at Caesar's Palace in Tahoe, right? And the manager, the guy who ran, he comes up to me, calls my room. He goes, your opening act's very funny. He goes, but maybe you could dress up a little bit, right? See, and this is where I crossed the line. So I get Felipe and I go, Felipe, come on over here. I'm gonna buy you a suit. Remember that? I said, so we went down to this expensive store. You know, they measure him out, they buy him a nice suit, and Felipe goes, oh man, thanks a lot. All right. Come showtime, he doesn't put it on. He just goes out like he was gonna go before the manager said, did I tell you? I said, man, I took him to the store. I kept going to his room, put it on. You know?
I was still there for a party, eh? Bro.
See for the quinceañera.
We were fucking that day. We were at Caesar's Palace, and I learned how to play baccarat like James Bond, bro, for the first time
With the suit on.
And Paul Rodriguez, bro, like he's just drinking tequila shot after tequila shots. Then the fool start losing and start ripping the cards, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I kept thinking the whole time he's ripping the cards. Oh shit, they're gonna grab our heads and open the door like they're doing casino right now. But then he was just ripping the cards, man. But then he goes, nah, don't worry about it. They use a new deck.
Hey man, when you spend that kind of money, they don't care.
Yeah.
I remember one time, I went to see an Oscar De La Hoya fight, and he had won. I forgot who he fought. One of the Ruelas brothers. And I knew Oscar at the time well. I still know him. I just don't see him around. But I see him gambling. He's got security guards, right? And I go, what's up, Oscar? And I said, can I get it? So the guards wave me in. I go sit down. I'm betting $100. We're playing 21. Homeboy is betting some serious, but he's like, I don't know. They had those little squares. It was probably like $25, $30, $40, $50,000 a thing, right?
Jesus Christ!
And I'm winning, and I'm putting 100, and I would win, and he wouldn't. And I started feeling bad, like I was taking his good cards, right? So but to his credit, he didn't complain, man, because he had a big old stack. I don't think he gambles anymore, but I gamble all the time. This is why.
Hell
today
yeah, bro! I was
I
Paul
enjoy it.
Rodriguez, bro. Like I get up around 9. That fool gets up at 7 or 8, and I look around, and that fool's already like this with his little reading glasses to see the dailies, and he's fucking he's playing bets, future horsing bets. This is like 9 in the morning, bro. And he goes, "Fuck, who's racing this early?" Oh, bro, 3 hours ahead, bro. They got the fucking
racing.
They got the fucking horses in New York.
Let me think,
Shit,
exactly.
they're having coffee right now.
Let me tell you, racing is one of the few
Hong
places
Kong.
that for $2 you could hit it big. I remember one time I bet $4 on a superfecta. I got $12,000.
At Santa Anita?
That's my story. No, you do it on the computer.
So part of you right there, right? He puts all the horses that was like for breakfast, and then we're sitting down playing breakfast, and that fool started playing Keno at the table, dog.
That's when you have it bad. I don't gamble like that anymore. I cut it down because I'm broke. So I cut it down. No, but I basically Keno. What I would do is I go there and I'll pick like three or four numbers, $100, and I give them and I go away. Then you come back. It's like fishing, man. You come back and go. But sometimes you hit big, sometimes you don't. Like I always bet my age. January 19 and 55. And then I add another number that's common, 29, 32. And that's it. Just put $100, $10 a game. You hit. You get $5, $6, $7,000. It's happened to me a couple of times. But tenido suerte.
But I was there when Paul was losing, bro. And I was like, he gave me I don't know how to play, but he gave me like $300 to play. And then he started losing and shit, like De La Hoya. Then I started winning, so I just started giving him all my chips back. I just kept pushing them to him. But then this fool lost. And he goes, I gotta go to the ATM, and I was waiting for him to the ATM or the machine. He goes, no, that's for losers, eh? He goes, I'm gonna go to the big time one, eh? The big time losers.
And
Bro, he has to go through an office, and he went through an office, and a security guard went with us, and then like I don't know, like the owner of the casino came down and gave him a bunch of cash.
Credit, right?
Yeah, but this fool, all right, to his credit, right? I saw him walk away with 30 G's.
Yeah.
And he only took, but then that's when he bought me the suit at the outlet. Two suits
at the outlet. No, you know, and I've had wonderful nights. I was doing the Tejano Music Awards at the what hotel was it? The Rio, right? And I won about 160 grand. You know,
for
160
what?
grand on baccarat. But I was drunk as shit. I started with 10 grand, and I was just betting ties, and it was hitting 9-1. I was winning so much that they actually stopped me from gambling. The pit boss says, you can't gamble here no more. I said, what? He goes, your money's no good here. I said, well, I can't gamble no more. He goes, no. They have a law that for whatever reason, every once in a while, somebody gets this crazy luck. Just can't beat it, and they stop you. So that's all right. So I took it all to the room, and I went home with about 180,000, right? Ask me where that is today. I don't know, but I had a great time. You know?
How long did it take you to get to 100K? Like, how many hours?
It's about 5-6 hours, you know. But I used to drink a lot back then. I drink and I didn't care. I pick up like $1,000 chip and I put it on tie. Bing.
Well,
Drinking luck, huh?
When we were in Lake Tahoe, I was doing another show and I flew into Lake Tahoe. I've never been to Lake Tahoe. And it's like, dude, it's
a scary flight.
Like a Western, bro. Western. And, you know me, bro. I get there, look, you know, I'm already stoned. I check in. And then this fool, I get a call from Paul Rodriguez yelling at me, like screaming. Hey, man, what is this about you complaining about the room that is not big enough? Que toda la chingada, you big diva. He goes, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I didn't say shit. He goes, man, I wasn't complaining. You complain when you see my room. And he hung up. But I went to the room, bro. There was a piano there, bro.
A piano?
Well, you know,
There was a guy making tacos inside and a skylight.
a massage.
And then there was a slide that takes him right to the stage, bro.
Shoot.
Shoot, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I had my moment in the sun.
Bro, big, dog, big. Like, good. We ate fucking at Ruth Chris.
I never got used to it. You know, I never got used to it. I knew that time will end, so I never got used to it. Now, you know, I'm okay. I go to the Circle 6. I'm good. You know, it's.
Cause you told me like when we were talking like that you had did that big casino when it first opened, a big one in New England.
Yeah. It was called Parker's New England.
Cause only you and Rick Martin were like the only Latinos back then to do it.
What is it called? It was
Forest Lord, the one in
Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun, yeah.
And they well, you know
it's in
what?
the middle of nowhere, right?
Check this out. I have the distinction of being the first stand-up to do on the first casino, the Indians, which was Agua Caliente. No, it was Fantasy Springs.
That's old school right there.
They used to pay me $200 and 2 cartons of cigarettes, and they had a Quonset hut. There were no casinos; those were the first ones. I became good friends with Chief James, who was the first guy. And when Morongo opened, they flew me and my secretary Morgan in a private jet go over there
From LA to damn.
I was the first stand-up comic entertainer really there, and then Fantasy Springs. Then Chief James died, and then the guy Mark Nichols, the guy that challenged the California law, and when they won, I celebrated with them, you know, and today they don't know me. Today I can't even get a pass in there, you know. But I had a great time, you know. Probably, you know, like if my family, I took care of all my family, you know. So it wasn't like I was blowing money that my kid was gonna be hungry, you know. But I don't regret it. I had a hell of a time, you know.
Heck yeah.
90% of my money went for liquor and women, and the other 10% I wasted. That's how I look at it. I had a great time.
Hell yeah.
What's up,
dude?
fool podcast?
So it's up right there, dog.
Yeah.
What? Okay, people. January 28th to January 30th. That already passed. February 3rd to February 6th. I'm at Pleasanton, California, at Tommy T's, California.
Yeah, say hi
That's
to
tomorrow.
Tommy. Tomorrow.
Saturday is sold out.
Saturday sold out. All right. February 12th, Joliet, Illinois. That's next week, man.
50 tickets left for
We got 50 tickets left and no jackets. It's cold right now.
Hey, Miguel, you should buy those 50 tickets. We'll get you at Ruka.
February 18, February 20, Corpus Christi, Texas.
Love that town.
Mesquite.
Selena.
February 12th through February 26th at the Charlotte. February 24th to February 26th at Charlotte, North Carolina. Get tickets at FelipeWorld.com. What's up, fool?
Let me do a plug.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Houston Improv. Come and see me because none of the shows are sold out.
What's up, fool? Go check out Paul Rodriguez at the Houston Improv. To get tickets, just go to improv.com, H-Town. That's Houston.com.
Listen, before I go, let me say something about this guy. Years ago, this lady came up to me. She was doing a documentary of Central American.
Oh, that's right. About the women who are looking for their missing children.
Yeah, their children. They can't find them. They were probably murdered, assassinated. I hope they find them. I don't know. But she's a nice lady. She was looking for somebody to help her out. I wish I could have, but I didn't have the cash at time. And this guy right here, he pulled out his checkbook, and I don't know if the missus knows, but it touched his heart. He donated $10,000 to her, and I'll never forget that, man. That was very generous of you. She did the documentary, and it probably has helped. All those people. Imagine you're a mom, you're a dad, and you lost your kid. They're still looking for them. So I thought that was a real solid thing to do, man.
She's still working on the documentary?
Yeah, no, she's finished that documentary.
Yeah, she's like pitching it.
Yeah, she's pitching it, but I saw it, man. It'll break. It's really done really well. There's these ladies that go around looking graves, and they come up with bones and they DNA test them. Yeah, it'll break your heart, man. It's a tough thing.
There was a couple of missing students in Mexico, because of the cartel wars, the drug wars, and the ladies, they go look for their daughter all over town. There's actually a movie about a woman that's looking for her daughter, and man, it don't end well. They end up killing her.
Yeah.
Because she was making up a sting with other newspapers, and they told her to go somewhere. Your daughter's gonna be here, and it's funny because a lot of the people who are like, just say you're looking for your daughter and she's missing. There's a lot of people that lie to you and go, "Oh, señora, yo te ayudo," and they just burn them, bro.
Yeah, but these ladies go through a rough life. If you're Mexican American like we are, Sinaloa, which probably started the whole bill. It's sad because these Central American people, they're just trying to come to America, and they go through Mexico, and that's a gauntlet, man. That's a gauntlet. And
what's the name of the documentary?
Los Olvidados.
Los Olvidados,
The
people.
Forgotten.
Yeah.
There's one request in the chat that keeps coming up.
What?
They want his perspective on the tortilla story.
Oh, remember when you were doing East LA?
Yeah.
At Beverly Belvedere Park.
Belvedere Park, yeah.
But there was that one time, bro, that comedian was on stage throwing tortillas, remember?
Oh,
and then Paul
Cholo?
Rodriguez came in. And then Paul Rodriguez, I did that in 83.
Yeah, I used to do a routine about that. La raza would get upset, but it's a tortilla, right? I used to do it.
Frisbees.
I used to say, hey, these have many uses. 5-day deodorant pads. Let's say you're Jewish, you're in a hurry, you don't have your yarmulke. And at the time, I used to slide it in half, and I used to go, Pac-Man, yagam, yagam, yagam. I was about 10. I did the Soul Train Awards, and look,
This is funny, bro.
I was out there, and I threw a tortilla, and the tortilla flew right into the camera, man. It's like the coolest shot. And yeah, I used to use tortilla, but after a while, again, once they start knowing you, like, hey, you're the tortilla guy. I would have thrown bread, but that was too expensive,
Dude, that's funny, bro. Who threw a tortilla and went into the camera to cut, dog?
That's perfect.
I got that idea. My sister Griselda, my mom would make her cook for the guys, And the men in my family were spoiled. We had somebody, all the women had to iron for us, and they had to cook for us. A very, very macho family, I guess. And I had a lot of, tenía mucha hambre, I was hungry. I told my sister Griselda, hurry up and make me some food. And this day, she would do it all the time, but this time she just had enough, right? And she picked up these tortillas that weren't even, heated yet. She said, aquí está tu tortilla. The tortilla went, woo, pow, hit me on the nose. And I went, damn! That's a great idea. She goes, ¿qué tienes? Tírame otra, And I said, man, those things actually fly. And the flour ones are slower, but the corn ones are hurt.
I've never thrown a tortilla before.
idea,
Now I
dude.
want it.
Frisbees, man.
You busted for throwing a tortilla.
Oh,
dude.
shit, dude.
Yeah, that's how I got it. And I made it up to her. I bought her a house. What can I tell you?
Hell yeah, dude.
What's up, Food Podcast? What episode is this? 374.
374, and I'm here.
What did people say, bro?
Hell yeah.
People are loving it. Let's get them to 300 likes. He's starring in
You're
the...
the most viewed
Oh,
ever on this episode.
you're the original tortilla boy before Paulo Francisco.
Pablo Francisco, he's one of the heartbreaks of my life because this is a very, very talented guy. Very, very funny. He at first, when I had a deal with HBO, I wanted to get him his own HBO special, right? And it just didn't work out, you know. I'm not going to say whatever problems he had, but he's a guy that he could have been a big star before all of us, you know. He has a talent to go. I know he's still out there, and, time goes by. You got to take advantage of your youth. I'm not saying it's over, but that's a very talented boy who could have been a lot bigger.
Give him some Pablo, bro.
Yeah, he always used to say, yeah, Paul Rodriguez. He introduced me to a lot of people.
You know.
He was a one man, bro.
One man.
I love him, man.
Tortilla.
I've always realized that he was he's a very talented guy. There's, a lot of people ask me this, how do you make it? You never know, It's like we're like popcorn, and it pops them here and there. But Felipe knocked around for a long time. Am I right? He knocked around for a long time. But when people start knowing you, to seeing you, they think it just happened. Like you just got out of bed and went there, and all of a sudden. But they don't know. You have to pay the dues, man. Everybody, you have to go through a lot of things. You have to work in front of 3 drunks. You have to have even your own family going, you ain't funny. But you stick with it because this is what you do. Once you decide that that's all you're gonna do, and then you focus on that. Then I'm not going to say you make it. There are no guarantees, but you got to look at it this way. As long as what you're doing doesn't seem like a job, and it's like this is who you are, this is your personality, then you got nothing else to do. Then you do that, and your odds are a lot better. One thing's for sure: if you don't try it, you'll never make it.
You never know, man.
Yeah, man.
That's true. All right.
You started the comedy store, right?
I started out actually at this place called Osco's.
Osco's.
Where they did that movie. And then I auditioned. I did the comedy store. And those days are gone. Mitzi Shore's passed away. I used to babysit little Polly Shore. But I wasn't the only one. I used to work parking cars there. For 6 months, I drove Pryor around. And all the contemporaries. This Monday, Mitzi used to have a house on top of there. And all the greats, Sam Kinison, Jim Carrey, all of these people, man.
He hung out with, Martin Rizzo hung out with a comedian he smoked pot with. What's his name?
Barry Sobel?
Barry Sobel.
Yeah, Barry Sobel.
He took Martin Rizzo around.
This guy, he loves me, bro.
I got a story.
That's his twink.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time I invited him over to the pad, I used to live in top of Pasadena. I invited him innocently, because he wasn't one of these guys that was flamboyant. He didn't know. I thought he was a funny guy, right? I invited him over to the house, and I had a couple of drinks, and we're sitting here. I had this TV set, and then I noticed that he kept getting closer. So I said, man, I really like your act.
Hey, Scoochie Hoochie.
I really like your act. He goes, I really like you. And I said, oh, you misunderstood me. Como se me paró el pelo acá atrás. Whoa, man. I'm giving off wrong signals here.
Chill,
I gotta
bro.
get up early in the morning. Yeah. It's sad. Every once in a while, I would see him like he'd have like a black eye or something like that. I guess
He got beat up soliciting.
he ran into somebody who wasn't as understanding,
Who wasn't as progressive.
as progressive. But,
Yeah,
I feel bad. If you're like that, it must be really hard. This is why I've never been prejudiced towards gays. Because nobody chooses to be the odd bird. And.
The odd bird.
The odd. Well, not the norm. A lefty.
But especially for people que todavía no han salido del closet.
Exactly. Somebody said, would you love your son if your son came out and said that he's gay? And in all honesty, I got to say, I would love my son, of course, but I'd hate the guy who was fucking him. But I would love my son. No, that's not right. Send your Me Too questions.
Oh,
Paul Rodriguez will be at the Houston Improv this week. Go check him out. And we're going to be afterwards.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be?
After the improv.
After the improv, I am going to stop and shoot this movie that I want you to do.
Well, that's right.
Give me a day. I'm doing Born Again, people.
Born Again.
This movie is on my bucket list. I feel healthy now, but you never know. I had quadruple bypass, so it could happen to me. I'm 67. I just did that, and I'm
healthy.
realistic. If I can squeeze out 70
Damn,
years
you look better than my lady Bridget Fonda.
out of this body that I put a lot of torture to. So I'm trying to do the things I want to do. And this movie, I have to get it out of me. I want to do that, and then I want to go to Nepal. Those are the 2 things I want to do. Maybe take my granddaughter in Winnebago and go see a Yellowstone. Those 3 things, God allows me to do that. I'm good to check out.
What's up, people? A big shout out to Paul Rodriguez for being on the podcast. Follow him. What's your Instagram? Do you know it? Real Paul Rodriguez.
The Paul Rod.
It's the Paul Rodriguez.
The Paul Rodriguez.
Not with a T, but with a TH. Yeah, TH.
THE Paul Rodriguez.
Come and send me sexy messages, and maybe just like Miguelina too. I'm looking for another Korean woman.
What's up, fool? Thank you very much for listening, man.
Whatever.
Hell yeah, man.
That was fun.
Thank you very much.